Okay, let's go.
Hi everybody, my name is Ali and welcome to the second episode of Ads with Ali. I am here with Harrison Phillips, Banfana's co-founder. And on the first episode, we talked a little bit about Google Shopping. Today, we're going to be talking about Google Search Ads.
Google Search. Ali, what's your hot take on Google Search?
Oh, that's a very interesting question. My hot take is that most Google Search Ads fail for one very simple reason, and that is
They all look the same. Question number one for Ali. Where is the user in the funnel when they find your brand on Google? For branded search versus when they're searching like a generic keyword.
Yeah, so typically when someone searches for your brand name on Google, they're at the bottom of the funnel. They're already familiar with your brand name or with some of your products, and they're much closer to making a purchase than someone who's searching for something a lot more generic on Google.
Right.
When someone searches for your brand name, they're not longer asking, who should I buy this from? They're asking, should I buy this from your brand right now?
Yeah, exactly.
So they're more at the bottom of the funnel versus someone who's searching for something more generic, like best women's running shoes. They don't know yet who they're going to buy from, but they know, or they think they know what their problem is and what they need.
They might not buy today, but they'll buy in the future.
So
right?
they're more at the middle of the funnel.
Yeah.
In a research phase, they need a little bit more convincing, a little bit more information on your brand. So yeah, they're more on the middle of the funnel versus someone that searches for your brand name who's more at the bottom of the funnel.
Exactly. Yeah, and I'd say like for branded search, you're really trying to protect yourself from losing that purchase at the very end of the journey, right?
Yeah.
So a competitor swoops in and takes that purchase from you. Whereas generic, you're really just trying to appear to make sure that they're thinking of you and that you could win that new customer.
Yeah.
What are your tips for writing good ad copy, branded and non-branded?
Okay, so on the branded side, again, if someone's looking on Google for your brand name, they've already decided or 95% sure they're going to buy from you. So I think it's very important that you don't waste your headline space repeating your brand name. They already know who you are. Instead, for a good branded ad copy, we typically focus on things like free shipping and free returns, trusted by X amount of customers, or reviewed in X magazine. You can also talk about a recent collection you just launched or a brand new product you're just dropping. So something that will remove the doubt of the person that is searching for your brand name. And again, that is trust, shipping, guarantee. Promos, and just make sure that the person know why buying from you is the best option.
Restate your brand, your value.
Why should they just buy from you on that specific moment? And if you can make that, if you can put that in a sentence in your headline and description, you're going to win that user.
Why is non-brand completely different than branded copy?
Non-branded search ad copy, like you said, it's completely different. So let's say someone is searching on Google for best mineral sunscreen. Instead of saying things like shop now, like CTAs or premium sunscreen, premium skincare, I think that's very, very broad. And sometimes it could even confuse a little bit the consumer because premium is something that is good, but what is premium? And so I think instead, and what I typically do with clients at Banfana, like we try to focus on the different value propositions of the product, of the brand. I also love to focus on very emotional and functional benefits of the product. Things like mineral SPF 50 or dermatologist approved, sensitive skin approved, no white cast.
Yeah,
I think things like that really get the attention of someone that doesn't know our brand.
And sometimes it's interesting or fun to be funny and add some comedy in there or just like be tongue-in-cheek when spice things up on the non-branded side and make your ad copy stand out.
Yeah.
Because there's only so much space, right? You get these character limits, so it can be tough sometimes.
Make it fun.
Make it fun.
Make sure that you speak to the problem of the user and not to your company.
Yeah. Sometimes you see this with competitor ads. So a brand bidding on another brand's name where they're in the ad copy, they'll be tongue in cheek and say things that are like, looking for X, here's why you should use Y instead. So sometimes it can get pretty dicey out there.
It's totally okay to do that.
Yeah.
I think it's really important that you try to stand out in a place that is very difficult to stand out. There's almost no images, it's just text. So how can you differentiate? And there's a lot of things you can do that.
Yeah. So branded ads sell the brand and non-branded ads
will sell the solution.
The solution. Yeah, it makes sense.
So branded ads will build confidence and non-branded ads will solve the user's intent.
Right.
So they should never look exactly the same.
Yeah. Let's move on to bid strategies and how bid strategies relate to search. So, Ali, what are the big differences in bid strategies for branded campaigns versus a non-branded campaign?
Yeah, they're obviously different. I'll just start by saying that the best bid strategy is not the one that everyone else is using or the smartest bidding one. It's the one that matches your business goal. So on the branded side, I'll just say that you have to be very careful with automated bidding on brand. At Banfano, we always make sure that we have CPC caps, bid caps implemented if we want to use smart bidding. Otherwise, we'll be paying a lot for our own branded clicks, which we do not want to happen. And so what we typically use at a branded search campaign is either manual CPC or target impression share.
Yeah. One wrinkle in this whole conversation is if you are going to use automated bidding, please, 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 as Ali was saying, use bid caps. We have audited brands that are paying 3, 4, 5x CPCs on their branded terms. Sometimes just by making a simple change, like switching to manual CPC or putting a bid cap in, you save thousands of dollars a month, tens of thousands of dollars a year. So it's really, really important.
And you don't lose the volume.
And you don't lose the volume, yeah.
And you can typically see the change in like a week.
Yeah, and you'll see it too. Like if you run automated bidding on your brand, a search like brand plus coupon or brand plus promo code, Google reads that as a user that's really getting ready to buy. So they're going to up that bid so much, which is counterintuitive because that person's actually looking for a promo already. So just little things like that we notice, I think, on the bid strategy side, right?
And on the non-brand search side, I'll just say like we have to be very careful with over-segmentation because if we're running automated bidding, we need at least 30 conversions in a month or one conversion per day to make sure that that bid strategy will actually work.
Yeah, at least. I mean, obviously, if you're a smaller brand, you're not getting that volume. What can you do? The reason that's the recommendation is because when you make changes to, say, your TCPA or your TROAS, as an example, or your budget, if you're not getting that volume, the changes we've seen don't have the same impact, right? Like it doesn't move the needle as much. But when you are getting that volume, it's a little bit easier to try to be more efficient or more aggressive on a particular campaign.
Now that we are getting to the end of this episode, we're going to switch it up a little bit, and I'm going to make the last question.
Hold on, I'm not ready. All right, let's get it.
Harrison, how is Google search changing with AI and all the new AI-related features that have recently been released by Google?
It's crazy. Like you see AI overviews in almost every search query now. I use AI mode a lot as well now. And it's not obvious that Google's populating AI mode with a ton of ads yet. I think that will come, both shopping and search ads. But people are searching differently. I mean, if you've ever used an LLM, be it AI mode or ChatGPT or Claude, you do search differently and search behavior is changing. So
people are asking questions now on Google versus just short keywords. They're asking like full questions. They're expecting almost a conversation with Google.
So how can an exact match keyword match a prompt? It can't, right? So I think we're moving to a place where broad match or something like an AI max becomes a lot more important. We're moving to a place where we might have less data on the user and their searches because your search terms report is very clear. It's best running shoes for women, but not so clear when that search happens on AI, right?
Yeah.
So queries are changing, which is why Google search products are changing. we have to be broader with our intent and how we're targeting. So yeah, everything's changing. You know, I read something really interesting the other day that journeys that start on AI still finish on search. And someone's research that starts on AI ends up being 2.5 times more likely for someone to make a purchase on search. I can't remember who released that research, but it just showed me that AI is now a part of the search journey, even if the transactional keyword, the buying keyword still might happen on search. AI is a huge part of that. So we have to figure out as, you know, as a brand, as media buyers, how do we appear in AI?
Do you think people are not yet comfortable to buy on LLMs?
I think it's interesting. So Google search, traditional search, gives you the 10 blue links, right? So now you have like AI overviews, you have your ads, and then you have the 10 blue links. And I think people really trusted organic, those 10 blue links. I think really people really trusted Google's opinion on that. And then it started to move, and you know, organic search changed a lot, and there's been a ton of that's been released about how SEO is changing. And so now people have taken that trust, I think, more over to LLMs. And so it's important for you to appear organically on LLMs. In fact, it'll be interesting to see how brands perform if they show up in sponsored links on LLMs versus organic links, right? So if you don't appear organically, but you appear sponsored, you know, how does that affect
And we
performance?
still don't have a lot of visibility or insights into that.
Right.
So it's still very early on, I think, to say if LLMs are fully going to replace like Google Search, Google Shopping.
Totally. I think people's behavior will change, obviously, and it'll become more prominent, but yeah.
And I think Google Search, if it's not already, it will have to get better at understanding people's intent rather than just reading the direct keyword that the person's searching for. They have to understand the meaning of what the person is searching for. So they can show the person exactly the product, the service that better matches what they're looking for.
Yeah, and we're obviously talking about paid, but organic is such a big part of that, right? Organically appearing in AI. Because you might not get that click anymore. You might show up in an AI prompt, you never know, right? But then you get the click later on an ad. So it's interesting. It's all changing. Times are changing.
We got to the end of the second episode of Ads with Ali. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and make sure to be on the lookout for the next one. There's so much more content about to come out. There's so many new interesting things that Google's releasing, and we have so much to share. So thank you so much for watching.
Thank you. See you next time.